me or not. I like to.
It's a bit of a martial art kind of mentality there.
Yeah.
You always want to be learning.
It's not to be anything. It's just what I enjoy. It's what I enjoy in my spare time. Like, I'd rather read a book than like, I don't know what else I would be doing. You know what I mean? Or hanging around with intellectual friends and having like deep and meaningful conversations than like, I don't know, like partying or something, or like doing like things like tap into my childlike energy, like go to the beach and swim in the middle of the winter, or like go to time zone, like do fun things like that and as well. But just live life in terms of like what you need in that moment, not overthink it. That's what I'm like. Because I'm always on the accelerator in everything I do. Most of the things I just taper it back.
And you kind of attribute all of that learning now from in that time in COVID, the lockdown.
Yes.
Was that a bit of like an isolate, like because you're able to think?
Well, I didn't like, it was crazy, like, because I have my Snapchat and on my Snapchat I always post what I do during the day and like the things I'm learning, and they're all coming back to me now. Like a year ago today, you were doing this.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like during the lockdown, I listened to so much like not self-help, but like entrepreneurial type podcasts.
Okay.
And like I learned like the importance of sleep, and I just taught myself certain things. And I would like journal every morning and night, and like questions like, how can I be a better ex today, and be how self-reflective.
Yeah.
And I've taken that self-reflection into what I do now. So I reflect every morning and night now.
Oh, right.
But not to a crazy, like I was doing like crazy intense stuff during COVID because I had all the spare time in the world. But now like I do that. I have a journal for Muay Thai.
Yep.
And I'll always write down every night what I learn at Muay Thai.
Yep.
And that's so cool. Like when I flick back and be like, oh, this person taught me this that night. And I do that in life as well. Like it helps me realize like, you know, each day you're working towards something as well as like you've learned to find like to be like, say I was driving along and I saw like, if I wasn't journaling, I wouldn't take a moment to look at my surroundings. I would just be focusing on the final like destination. Makes sense. So for me to be a reflective person teaches me to slow down and take like to observe what's around me. And I have to like journal to make me realize that. It's like people who say, who do like tarot cards and they write what they're grateful for every morning. They do like their breathe things. That's what they do, but I do it my own little way.
Journal.
That makes sense.
So do you have like set like you?
No, just I some people have like set things, but I write. If I had it too rigid, I would crumble. I had too much tension. Like I was saying at the beginning, that too much tension. Then I just have to let it flow. Like life. You just
kind of whatever you just write down. Anything.
It's a reflection of where I am at in that point of time, and it doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. It's just what it is.
You need to do it at the same time every day, or
like I do it like first thing I wake up and before I go to sleep, rather than looking at my phone.
Yeah,
don't do that.
Interesting.
Because like that's the first thing that's setting your emotions. Why are you gonna like people who flick up open their phone straight away? It's like, that dopamine hit, those notifications, you're going to be wanting that all day if you
and too much negative energy on that as well.
Yeah.
Especially on Twitter. Twitter is very argumentative.
Oh, there's negative energy at Woolworths too, where I work. I have to there's so many complaining Karens. There's harder jobs in the world, but like to be able to ground yourself before you go to that job is kind of great.
I used to work at Macca's. Yeah. And there'd be that many Karens would come in, and mate, I was 15 years old, 16 years old, bloody flipping burgers, mate. I had no idea. Jesus, crazy. So you say you're Muay Thai journaling. Yeah. Would that be anything specific, or is it the same kind of just let it flow?
Yeah, it's what I've learned, like techniques, what people have said, what they've pointed out, what we like did that I want to do again on my own.
Would you go in with something to focus on? Like
never. People always aspire, like, right. So when I started Muay Thai, it wasn't until around my 7th or 8th fight that I knew what Muay Thai was. Like I didn't know how to score. I didn't know what like good movement. I just did it. I did it so naturally. I just did it straight away. And it wasn't until like just that light bulb moment, and then I started seeing it all. But some people see it all when they first begin because they're told, or like I feel like someone be like, oh, I'm going to practice my push kick today at sparring, and then you just notice that they're doing it, and they just make so many mistakes everywhere else. So like if, for example, for me, it'd just be like I just been doing what I naturally do. I noticed something